Shalom, may the peace of the Most High Yahweh be with you wherever you are. Let's do a little deliberation on the word of Yahweh, the Most High. Have you thought of these scriptures? I think I've done some videos on them. On the book of Daniel 7. I was doing a series on the book of Daniel 7. And then some other scriptures, combined with some other scriptures like Revelation. Okay, so there has been prophecies. If we don't study the prophecies that has the words that Yahweh through the prophet spoke to his people that were going to happen, we may not understand what is happening now, and we may take it as a normal thing because we are born into a society that believes in something and we go along with it. It is very easy. It is not your fault. It's not anybody's fault that the environment impacts us. The kind of teachings, the kind of things we hear have influence on us, and it builds whatever we believe, whatever faith we have, it builds it. But we have to go back to know that, has it always been like this? Or there were times that things were different? Has there been a prophecy? Has there been any prophecies about concerning what was going to happen, or concerning what we are living now? Has there been any prophecy about that? So when it comes to scripture, things hasn't been like this always. There has been a lot of changes. There has been drastic changes. So you have to study the history, the prophecies, to know where we have come from and why we are where we are now. And these things are very important. If you ignore them, you ignore them at your own risk, at your own cost. And so Daniel is one of the prophets who spoke so many things concerning the future, which we are living now. We are living in the future of Daniel. The future Daniel prophesied, we are living in that future. And some of the things he said has even passed. So Daniel 7 verse 25, that is where I want us to dwell on. And I want you to take time to ponder on this very well. Daniel 7 verse 25. Do not forget about it. Then you try to juxtapose that with what Paul said in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 3, 4. He spoke lengthy. 3, 4. You can read it up to verse 12. Okay, but think well about verse 3 of 2 Thessalonians 2. So Daniel said that there's going to be a number of beasts, a number of, when we in the scripture or in prophecy, when it say beast, it's not about an animal. Literally, beast is an animal. Okay, but the beast or the animal represents something. It represents a leader. It represents a leader of a nation or a leader of an empire. Okay, so Daniel spoke about a number of beasts, about 4 beasts coming to rule the earth in a sequence order. And he says the 4th beast, and after the 4th beast, there's going to be a number of leaders. It's going to divide into a number of leaders. Daniel mentioned about 10 of the leaders, which one will come out of it and all that. But the beginning of this beast, or the beginning of this leader, marks something that we have to pay attention to. It says that this leader will think or will even try, and they succeeded in doing it, just that they have the time. And so they did it for a number of time, for a number of years, until now. And now the awakening is going on. So let's look at what they did. When you study it, it tells you that they think, or that leader will think of changing laws and times. That leader thought of changing laws and times. Other versions, I think it's NLT that says that changing festivals and laws. Okay, so if you look into history, then you realize that it is the Roman Empire that changed a lot in the scripture, that changed a lot in the world. They changed the times, they manipulated the times. The nature, when I was young, we were using the sun and the moon to tell time. They taught us how our ancestors were telling time. And you see that nature itself tells about time. Nature itself speaks to us about the things that the laws Yahuwah has put in place. Okay, so scripture tells us that we have morning, we have evening and morning the first day. So it's 12 hours, like 6 to 6. When you are doing fasting, you mostly say 6 to 6. So 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. is a day, 12 hours. 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. is another night, throughout night. That is why 12 middle of the night, you call it midnight. So it's a whole night, which marks the beginning of a new day. Then the Roman Empire, through their leaders, changed so many things. They changed the times. So now your day begins from the middle of the night, which is 12 midnight. Think about it. Okay, not just that, so many things have happened. They changed the festivals of the Most High, the 7 holy festivals. They changed it and fused so many pagan festivals. And aside that, what I want you to pay attention is the laws of Yahuwah. Now, a lot of believers, a lot of people who claim they believe in the Bible, think that the laws of the Most High is abolished. And Paul warned that the lawless one, when you say somebody is lawless, somebody who doesn't obey law, somebody who disregards the law of Yahuwah, the lawless one will be revealed. And it has been revealed. He has been revealed long time. Okay, so, and they have created a false Messiah in the minds of people. And these are the things that you have to ponder upon. These are the things that you have to think through when you're studying scripture. Things hasn't been like this for always. There has been a change. The Roman Empire has made a lot of changes, and in those times, those who didn't succumb to it, those who didn't kowtow, they were killed. They were being murdered. Okay, so we have to study scripture to know where we are, to know where we have come from. Things hasn't been like this always. Study scripture to show yourself approved, because a lot has changed. The Pharisees, during their time, had introduced so many things that the Messiah came to fight. And that thing that the Pharisees changed had been in existence for over 100 years before the Messiah came, and he came to speak against them, that by your traditions, you guys disobey the commandment, the Torah. You guys disobey the laws of Yahuwah. So over the years, when the Romans came to rule, for so many years, they have introduced so many things that we have to be aware of. And so I'm going to do videos, going to show more about these things that we have to refrain from. They are not from the Most High. They have been created on our minds to think that they are from the Most High, but they are not. It is a human tradition. It is a human thing, for a pagan thing that opposes the laws of Yahuwah, that opposes the dictates, the teachings of Yahuwah. Just as Paul said, that this lawless one who opposed the Most High will sit in the temple of the Most High and claim to be the Most High. They changed his name. This is his true name. Yod-He, Vah-He, Yahuwah. Exodus 3:15. And now a lot of people, when they are thinking of Exodus, when Moses asked his name, they think of verse 14. Go and read verse 15. That is where his name is. And they changed that name to to Lord, the Lord. They changed so many things in scripture to deceive people. But truth crashed to earth shall rise again. A quote from somebody I revere a lot, KSM. See, so truth crashed to earth shall rise again. They crashed the truth to the earth, but by the power of the Most High, it is rising again. And he's raising people, he's raising giants to bring this truth to light, so that people will be a benefit of this truth. And the truth shall set you free. If you find the truth shall set you free. Shalom.